Good morning. A little food for thought before you go to work. And this is talking about what are our expectations of God when we're asking for things. God is not someone to be put in a box or certain expectations in our mind. That's the figurative box. God has the power to move things into action with His Holy Spirit, to make things fall into place where they need to fall into place, to hold back things when they need to be held back. He has the power to maneuver things so that you can fall into the line that He needs you to fall into, so that He can start working on you. Sometimes we're on the fence about things, and we expect God to do things a certain way and let things be blessed a certain way. We can't tell or dictate to God how we are supposed to receive a blessing or help. We have to be humble, and we have to be like a child that is innocent and just accepts the guidance that's given to them. God sometimes in certain seasons may separate you from certain situations or certain people or certain outcomes. And there's a reason for it. And we have to just trust that process. And then He may change the direction of where you're going to fit His need for you to become who you need to become. And sometimes we're just thinking, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to keep on suffering? Why do I have to feel bad every day? Why do I have to feel depression or sadness or anger every day? You still are a work in progress. You're imperfect. Are you praying about your situation? Are you talking to God and saying, hey, I know I don't talk to you often, but I'm talking to you now. Can you please hear me? He's always willing to hear you. He's always willing to love you also. But we tend to reject Him. We tend to say, I don't want to know what you have to say for me, because right now I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and I'm going to stay in my feelings, and I'm not going to worry about what you think is best for me, because you're not here with me in my situation. But that's not true. You'll know when He's here when you start connecting with Him. You'll feel His presence. You'll feel that Holy Spirit when you ask for that Holy Spirit. You won't be in tune to it if you're ignoring His voice, if you're ignoring His guidance, if you're ignoring what He's doing for you and not seeing that as a sign. He will let you take your course. He's not going to force you. But He's also still there and loving enough to say, I'm waiting for you to come to your own conclusions that you really need me. And He's loving enough to not hold a grudge against you and to say, I'm here when you're ready to come to me. And then He's going to finish that work that He has purpose for you. But if you never come to that realization and you keep on ignoring Him and following what the lead of the world is, then how successful can you be in your outreach to reaching certain goals? It's going to be very difficult. There's certain seasons in our lives where we have joy, we may have peace, we may have turmoil. Nothing is ever perfect just because you're a follower of Jesus Christ. Nothing is ever perfect, but because you have hope and you understand what is taking place because it has to take place, then your outlook in life and trust is different. You're not no longer trusting your neighbors, your friends, or whoever it is that you speak to for advice. You're going straight to the source, the one who knows everything from the beginning to the end, who knows you better than you know yourself, who knows you better than your mother and your father or your siblings. So we shouldn't take the approach that you're not answering me now. I expected you to do this for me. We have to stop putting Him in a box. We need to stay still and listen. And when we listen, things work out better for us. When we listen to what He says for us, it works out for the greater good of the whole situation, whatever that situation is. If you're in a season of problems, are you availing yourself to the help of God? Are you availing yourself to prayer? Taking the time to take the prayer moments to speak to Him about what's concerning you, what's bothering you, what's hurting you, helping you to understand why it's taking place. Are you taking that time? If you're not taking that time, then how do you expect Him to take His time with you? You can't, excuse me, you can't ignore Him. You have to acknowledge him. He's there waiting to help you, but you're not being open to help. You're just still trying to do things your own way, and it's not working. And God sees that. He's just waiting for you to open up your eyes, because Satan wants you to feel that you need to be independent from God the same way he was. Independence from God is not a good solution. That's what Satan did. And that's why he got kicked out of heaven. And that's why he's here making a mess out of everything here. And he influences humans worldwide. And there's oppression, there's depression, there's disadvantages. There's poor people and very rich people. There's homeless people and there's people who have everything. There's an imbalance in life because a lot of times we don't have God in place. And if we had God in place and if everybody had God in place, will we have the problems that we have today? No. Because everybody be on the same page. Everybody will have the same mindset, same pattern of thinking that this is good and this is good for humanity and this is good for all of us. Not, it's good for me, but not for you. There's no, I'll give you help, but not you, because you don't fit my status. It doesn't work like that with God. We're all equal in his eyes. He's reading the hearts. So we need to avail ourselves to what he has for us. Stop putting him in a box. Stop making him some God that has to do what you say. He's not a human. Humans do that to humans. He is everywhere at all times. He created everything under the sun, so he knows better. He knows best what's going to happen in your life. He knows the outcome. You don't know the outcome. You just are dealing with your daily. But he knows the beginning from when you started in your mother's womb to the end when you die. Why not give the trust and hope to God that you will trust his process, you will be obedient to him and love him. And then when he liberates you, you go out there and you go tell other people how he liberated you, how he helped you, what he can do for you, so that they can also too learn what he can do for them. That is your mission. When you come to know and understand God, your mission is to spread that news, whether they like it or not. They don't have to hear it. You can tell them, because that's your commission. They don't necessarily have to be a follower. They can do whatever they choose, but they can never say that they never heard, because God always gives the opportunity for everybody to hear what's the promises for the future, what you can attain now before the future happens. People close their ears off, and that's what Satan wants. He wants you not to rely on God, because he knows he's so powerful. And when we rely on God, we become powerful. We're not in a state of weakness when we have God on our side. God gives us power through his Holy Spirit. Avail yourself to that power. Don't grieve the Spirit, and listen to his voice. Don't listen to the voice of Satan and the noise of the world. There's nothing for you there. They're not going to have the solution for you. Only God does. Share this with somebody who has to hear this. And I hope you have a great day. It's a beautiful day today in New Jersey. I don't know where you're at, but it's a nice day here. And we have to start our day with positivity, something positive with God. And meditate on something positive. And think how we can better ourselves each day. And how we can possibly help others to better themselves as well. And that's all I'm going to say for now. But I hope you guys have a great day. Take something from this video. Sorry about the glare. The sun is behind me, but you get the point. You can hear my voice.